Nnamdi Obanya joins me, sports journalist. Thank you for coming on today.
Oh, good to be here.
Well, first of all, it turns out that the Arena Amazonia in Manaus was not a good place for Cameroon to hunt 4-0.
Yeah.
And what a return for Mandzukic.
Yeah.
2 goals on the night. Cameroon is out now.
Before Mandzukic 2 goals, he was virtually a non-event. He was not even present in that match. But the moment Song had a rush of blood to the head, I don't know for what reason, elbowed Mandzukic in the back in annoyance, got a straight red, and Croatia, they are very good at putting the ball on the ground. They are very good at spreading it. Modric had a field day, and they used the extra man, picked all the spaces, and tore Cameroon to shreds. Wow. This Cameroonian side looked clueless. Eto'o tried all his best motivating from the bench, but nothing he could do about it, and it was very, very indisciplined, and the indiscipline extended to after the match, where Makonja and Asue Koto got into a fight. Asue Koto apparently angry. He didn't make better use of a pass. He was replied with some explicit comments, and he went ahead to headbutt his teammate. And instead of fighting from the pitch into the tunnel, Eto'o tried to restrain Asue Koto in front of the entire world's media. They put on that show of shame. So it's very sad. This is the same team that got to the airport and refused to board their plane because they felt that the 50 million francs they were being offered was not enough, and they wanted higher bonuses. And they've gone to the World Cup and done this. So it's goodbye for Cameroon. But
then you had other matches. One paper said there was Spain crash yesterday. Pain that was inflicted on Spain. Now they are former world champions. The last match, just ceremonial.
It's becoming a sort of trend. It happened to France. Champions 98, out first round 2002. Italy champions 06, out first round 2010. And now Spain champions 2010, out first round 2014. It's becoming a trend for the defending champions not to last very long. But in Spain's case, Del Bosque, he has to take the blame solely. I mean, the old guard is getting tired. They're getting predictable. After that 5-1 hammering by Holland, the writing should have been on the wall. These guys cannot do it for 90 minutes every match anymore. Take out Xavi and bring in Iniesta, not Pedro. I'm sorry, I'm bringing Fabregas, not Pedro. You have Koke, you have Javi Martinez, you have David Silva, you have Pepe Reina on the bench. Kazoya came in to play a cameo. Juan Mata was totally unused. Before the tournament, you dropped Llorente, Negredo, and Jesus Navas, who would have given you something different up front. Navas would have given you speed.
Wasn't Navas injured?
Navas, he wasn't fully recovered, but neither was Diego Costa. Diego Costa wasn't fully fit either, but he made the squad. So if we're going to be talking of who would have had more impact, even in the case of Costa, there were 2 other top-quality strikers, Llorente and Negredo, that could have taken his place. So at the end of the day, Del Bosque will have to take the blame. Spain's run is sadly over. They've done their bit. 2 European Cups, 1 World Cup. I think that's good for any squad.
So this generation is out.
Some
of them will return, though. Not
there are a few like Iniesta who probably has 2 or 3 years left in him. Sergio Ramos is still in it. The likes of Xavi, you fear that it's over for them. Casillas might be over for him too. He's not totally to blame. I'd say his defense left him to dry. Gerard Piqué is not very old, but I don't think he'll find it easy to break back into the Spanish team, not with the amount of boys coming up through the system at Madrid and Barcelona and Valencia. So
what about Ramos? I mean, his performance on the night was that a big question mark? Or?
It was abysmal, to be very polite. It was abysmal. The Chile's first goal just told the story of Spain, how 3 defenders escorted 3 attackers all the way from the midfield till they put the ball in the net, and nobody put in a challenge. You know, it's pretty football, good on the eye. They were passing in circles, and Chile just had to sit back, pick the ball, and on the attack, they were quick, they were fast, they were purposeful, and that was the end for Spain.
Chile wanted it more than Spain?
I wouldn't say Chile wanted it more for Spain. I think that Spain failed to realize that patient tiki-taka has become very predictable. So people just sit back. Nobody gets impatient. Nobody comes out. So they don't find spaces to put the ball into for that final pass. Everybody just sits back, and that's what has happened to Spain. And unfortunately, for you to play tiki-taka, it means a lot of you are forward. So anybody breaks with speed, you get caught out over and over again. And that was just Spain's undoing.
I read the comments from, I think it was Torres, before that match, where he said, look, we may have to ditch the tiki-taka if we have to move on to the next stage. Does that suggest that there was that thinking within the rank and file that, listen, we may have to change something drastically if we need to move on, but they ended up playing tiki-taka as well?
Unfortunately, as much as the likes of Torres and Ramos, who are non-Barcelona players, would want to ditch tiki-taka, the engine room of Spain throughout this period have been the Barcelona players. Your central midfield is Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta, with Xabi Alonso being the odd man out there. You know, you have a lot of them. It's basically a Barcelona unit. You have Pedro also, who was a regular. A lot of Barcelona players in the rank. So if your engine room is playing tiki-taka, you definitely are going to be playing tiki-taka, and they had no choice because that's what it was at the end of the day. I felt Iniesta tried to do too much. He was easily crowded out. Chile out-muscled Spain. And let's not forget, it's not like they don't have quality. Vidal is quality. Alexis Sanchez is quality. Even though it's going to be difficult for him to walk back into that Barcelona dressing room. I hope he gets his summer transfer. Isla is quality. So Chile have a lot of quality on their own part. Let's not take anything away from them. And they were always dark horses. People said, well, if they make it out of the group, they can go far. Unfortunately, they have Holland and Spain, and now they've dumped Spain out. So now nobody will want to face Chile.